What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
We just put PF as this violent counterism political party. Not even you who are claiming to say we are real PF. We are real PF. Mwadi rubida mchonde. Mwadi butuike. Bonse mwadi le. I took it upon myself to play fair and fair. Tell me, I've been a Boman Lusam. Malanj, who was here talking on behalf of Boman Lusam and Malanj? Where were you? I've been here 5 years. Almost mule ringanya ine na ma lunatics. Kwate no mchinchi jacket Japan. Situation kama done. I can even pat myself on the back. I brought PF to life. When it was not common, I spoke good of PF. And you think me, I will sit down here and watch this nonsense that is going on happening? Where were these people that were when it was not common to speak? When you people were saying bad things about PF, I brought in another aspect of PF. I talked about the development that were done under President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. I spoke about the suffering of Zambian people, how they lived, the farmers, and so on and so forth, when it was not common. So 30 on a flag day, though. When you want to go head to head with me, you say, where is this girl coming from? Because all these turotma audio mule securate muma WhatsApp to ya. Oh, make chair project yaba UPND. Are you sure? Is that the route you want to take regarding me? I don't know if I was project of UPND when we were hiding, when PF lost power. UPND have done a background check on me. They assumed na PF. They've done a thorough background on me. The system. Basanga zero, nothing. I'm clean as a whistle. Mama. So when you want to start comparing me with lunatics, when Tasila Lungu was crying on behalf of the father, Tasila Lungu was saying, we somebody get a chechi. Fishu dedira. Mwenza mkulinganya na ine. So I want to take you back to where I started from. Shambale loyo. It was 3 months after UPND took over. 2021 December, I started giving checks and balances. And in Shalekap, I talked about what's going to happen with the sale of maize. I talked about the economy. It's something I talked about back then in 2021, 3 months after UPND formed government. So when it comes to PF, if there's a person that has cleaned PF and brought PF to life, it is me. On that one, I will take it. No. I brought PF to life. When UPND were castigating PF, when UPND were arresting you, the PF MPs, I was here talking on behalf of all of you. So, because I brought PF to life. I brought PF to life. And I will not see something that I brought to life be killed by treacherous people. It is not going to happen. Something, because PF, I believed in PF when Sata was around. Okay? Then came Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Okay? And when I campaigned for UPND in 2021, we had half-baked information. And you were PF, there was nobody to counter-react the propaganda of the UPND. And being in diaspora, we bought into the propaganda. And I took it upon myself through conviction to say, That happened during 2021 must not repeat itself in 2026. And that is how I started investing my time in politics back home, in politics abroad, and just give a thorough analysis in terms of what happens like in Africa, in Europe, in America, and so on and so forth. I took it upon myself. And every decision the UPND government made, I could scrutinize it, be it the IMF, be it them, selling KCM. Where were you? One say, wait, that you want to compare with me. Could you even take a thorough analysis why Poporola, KCM, why Randaiwe? When I told you about Vedanta, where were they? And I told you exactly what happened with Mopani. And here we are today. Look at KCM. So, look at my work. Before you start comparing, hey, Achai, you're bringing division. Hey, I brought PF to life. Why should I bring division when I brought PF to life? When it was not common to talk about PF. When PF, it was dressed by UPND that this is a very violent party that should never return to power. I started talking about the nice things that were done under President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. I talked about the infrastructure development. I talked about the health sector. I talked about every nice thing that could have happened during the PF administration. And that nice thing overpowered the bad thing that the UPND were equating PF to. So, So, as I sit tonight, I will not watch treacherous people go start using the thing that I built in it as chair the voice of Zambia get destroyed. It shall not happen. You will not get the PF structures. If you not body takwe, nama structures yene takwe. Ndebo kanwa ndebo mfyaka. Mate ndebo mfya, lurumi ndebo mfya. Fast forward to what is happening today. But before I talk about what has happened the past 2 days, I will talk about I preempted this. I told you what was going on. I told you about the infiltration of the PF structures. On 24th of October, 2025, PF overpowered UPND. Despite UPND giving the papers to Chabinga, Chabinga has got no base. And I even told you that Upper Chabinga is not used to a church. But on the 24th of October, during the Independence Day, PF organized themselves, the structures. They organized themselves and overpowered the ruling government. It is when HH decided to penetrate the PF structures because he knew to say, even if I have these papers, the very fact that these structures, despite the confusion going on, have not moved, it seems, it still looks so bad on me, I cannot win an election. So I need to ensure that I penetrate through the PF structures. Okay? And by doing so, he used the Bill 7. Guys, now let me tell you something that you must know. The Bill 7 guys, even those that stayed away, it was all orchestrated. We were going to straight about ya activities constituencies to the Bill 7 money. It was planned that if but we'll make it an easy way. We're not going to come and debate. We're not going to come and vote against. Because you see, you cannot say I'm staying away. It's neither here or there. You have to go there and make a decision that will be written in history to say, we so and so and so and so voted against this Bill 7. You cannot say I have abstained. If you know that this is wrong, you were supposed to register that by voting no to it. But you took the easy way out. You stayed away pretending like No, to watch the boycott. Boycott what? Not what? You were sat in that parliament throughout the whole process, debating the nonsense of Bill 7. And you think you can win us like we're stupid, we don't know what is going on here. You sat through the whole thing, getting our allowances. People send you there, but you were debating this nonsense. Okay? And you made it very easy for Hakainde Hichilema to penetrate. Why were you not walking away during why did you not make Parliament quorum 4? So that this debate does not pass. This bill cannot pass. But you were Mundiana Mwikala. Now Mwikala in Parliament debating getting a more allowances. And I'm debate Bill 7. You didn't think to say, let's not go to Parliament so that by UPN debate they become Parliament. You were there, taking allowances on behalf of the taxpayers' money. So you cannot palace today, no, we have abstained on Bill 7. And you think we are stupid, like we don't know what you are doing. You made it very easy. That's why HH can easily say, I dribbled them. Because he knew he had you under his palms. All this time, you sat in Parliament. There ku vote at yota tuaeko. Echo mwale inamlesen nama tax allowances yonse Parliament tichish. Echo tamwale ponesha quorum yonse ya Parliament nga kwa wefia Bill 7 mwaiponya so that it does not be, it's not tabled. Nichish. But you were making the quorum. You were making the quorum. So you think you can win us and think, oh, hey, kaina wachita stay away. Who are you fooling? You made the quorum such that Bill 7 could pass to even the next stage. If you made the quorum 4, mudamu Parliament, Bill 7 could have not passed. Mwanfwa? Dionse nga mulea kudia quorum yapona. Bill 7 ingataire second reading. But you were there, mus Parliament na mwika. You made Bill 7 go to the second reading. Mwanfwa? And you want to make look people like you're with people. You made Hakainde Hichilema sign an illegal bill because you stayed in Parliament debating an illegal bill. You stayed in Parliament making the quorum. Mwanfwa? So, don't think people are stupid. And don't think that wakwatamano yo. So you stayed away because it was planned. Imona wa UPNG mwadi plana. Imwe mwalaikara mwalashita so that it looks like you have abstained. What you needed to do is to go into Parliament. No, register your displeasure against Bill 7. Such that history will be told to say, we so and so and so and so and so voted against Bill 7. But we don't have any record of that. And Hakainde Hichilema constantly says, Nariba Dribura, and there was nobody who abstained. How many members of Parliament do we have? And how many voted? And then on top of that, you Babramundubili, okay, before even the Bill 7 was passed, you had members of Parliament of the Patriotic Front endorse you as a presidential candidate. Something they never did with ECL. Something they never did with the eligibility case. Something they never did during the time ECL was going through so much. One time when you stayed away from ECL, you alienated yourselves from ECL. But quickly, ECL dies, you are in the forefront. Oh, we have endorsed Brian Mundubile as PF presidential candidate. Echo mwafid wile, ukui minina na ECL. Ku eligibility case ni chinshi. When you knew to say that eligibility case was not fair. But in Parliament, nobody could even say, no, this is what is happening to our president. You never even refer to ECL as a president. For you, he was a former head of state. I have lived here, and I follow parliament proceedings. Okay? The Labour Party, the Conservative, they always refer to their leader. Our leader. In Parliament, and at no point did you ever even think of fighting for ECO under the eligibility. You want to be using ECO's name. Eh? Mwapsha Bill 7. And all of a sudden, activities in your constituencies are high. The question is, because all this time there was no activities in your respective constituencies. If it's Kampamba Mlenga, look at what she's doing. Bill 7 money. So the treacherous people against ECO and the people of Zambia are these same MPs. The ones that made the illegal bill to pass. Because you send these MPs, and that includes Brian Mundubile, Mutatoka Fire, everyone, Matsanga, Bonse, every one of you. You were voted for by the Zambian people to represent their interests. And you know what? Because you made Bill 7 pass, you failed the Zambian people. Now you want to lead this nation and Brian Mundubile as your presidential candidate after failing to deliver to the people of Zambia. And you do it in a very dubious way. But Mundubile is a lawyer. But Sanga is a lawyer. And what you have done with Tonse is the exact same thing that Mao Sampa did with PF. It is up. The worst part, however, is that Brian Mundubile has always hidden. His betrayal against ECL started a long time ago. Tell Obamba yo. It started a long time ago. So I castigate Mao Samba for what he did to PF. I can guarantee you that what has happened to Tonse is exactly the same thing that Sampa did. Because, get the gist. Tonse, but Danny Pule was removing PF from Tonse because PF was an anchor party. And when Edgar Chagwalungu came back into active politics, he was president of the PF. Therefore, the whole idea, your Chris Zumanizima, you have betrayed your boss. The whole idea was that the PF will be the anchor party, regardless of the papers, because Tonse was formed in PF in its current state. It was formed with PF in its current state with the papers with Chabinga and they got Lungu back. Okay? So you cannot tell me Taturashika ba Lungu. Therefore, for me, Lungu is still president of PF until PF goes to the convention and chooses a president. President Lungu is still president of PF. Then Imoba Danpule, you orchestrate a move and say, we have removed PF from Tonse. Okay? And that PF that you removed is a PF of President Edgar Chagwalungu. Because Edgar Chagwalungu came back, left everything, left his retirement for the sole purpose of saying, this party is the party that made me president. With what Mao Sampa did, I cannot sit around. I have to do something. And in his current state, President Lungu came out. So what Danny Pule and all of you that have created a separate Tonse have done exactly what Mao Sampa did with PF. And you have spit on Edgar Chagwalungu's body. But here's the gist. You move away PF. PF Mutonse. And Bakampiongo and Brian Mundubire was present at that meeting. They knew when Tonse was removing PF from there that they created. Brian Mundubire, Stephen Kampiongo was present. And for me, as an analyst, I look at it that it was more of a retaliation with what Balubinda did by firing the people of Brian Mundubire. People such as Brendan Yerenda and all those people surrounding Brian Mundubire. So he went to Tonse and he did what? He managed to infiltrate. I heard who's this guy? I've forgotten his name. Pastor Benab. In high esteem. But to see how he's reacted to this whole thing is quite really disappointing. So then they removed PF. But Brian Mundubire was aware of this. But Stephen Kampiongo was aware of this. Now, PF, okay? Right. PF by Fumiamo Mutonse. Then they invite bidders. Okay? They invite bidders to go in there and do nomination for Tonse chairperson. But I want to play this audio. This audio was on the 29th of, I think December or November 2024 when Brian Mundubele was on radio. And President ECL was chairperson of Tonse then. He was not dead. He was not what? He was still chairperson. And Brian Mundubele said, and I quote, I'm ready to lead Tonse and take up the chairmanship. I came out here and I questioned, why would Brian Mundubele say such a thing when Tonse already got his chairperson, who happens to be President Edgar Changwanungu? I even called my boss. I said, sir, fish legs stick off Mundubele has declared to say he's ready to lead Tonse. I spoke about this. That was 2024. I posted the audio yesterday on this page. Right, he declared that. Okay? Fine. Tualanda. Fast forward, but Brian Mundubele goes and does nominations. Tonse fraction. Let me call it Tonse fraction. He does nomination after removing PF, the anchor party that Edgar Changwanungu came out to fight for to ensure that this PF does not die. They orchestrate a move to remove that sort of PF, and then he goes into that same Tonse and files in nominations. Now here's what's actually interesting. What's interesting is that if you look at the composition of what they have said, the people that have filed in that Tonse thing of theirs, you have Brian Mundubele, you have Bachifubu Banda. Those are the, I think, sorry. You have Brian Mundubele and, what's this pastor's name? Badani Pule. Badani Pule as the people that have put nomination as chairperson of Tonse and the FDD flag whatever bear. Now, between Brian Mundubele and Badani Pule, who do you think automatically gets the Tonse chairmanship? So they do that. Then on Vice, Basa Chris Zumanizimba, we didn't even know Chris Zumanizimba was a politician. As far as I'm concerned, Chris Zumanizimba was a political advisor to the former head of state. Then they get Chris Zumanizimba and Chifumu Banda as what? As vice chairpersons. Okay? Now, between Chifumu Banda and Chris Zumanizimba, who do you think is likely to be vice president? Because Chifumu Banda is holding FDD. And Avena Brian Mundubele, including the Balubindan staff, were using the FDD as a purpose vehicle. They used it in Shawama and now they're using it in Kasama. I want to tell you that this whole thing that is happening was all orchestrated, was planned. And that's why I'm telling you, there is no difference with what Brian Mundubele has done and what Mount Samba did. So, and that's the composition. Then they've got only one female who has done what? Who has filed in a second vice chairperson. Now that female, if you know her history, took a party called NED. That NED party, they formed that, that woman hijacked NED party from Queen Impumi. She even came to say, because she formed a political party. Then that woman who's now second vice chairperson, who has gone in as unopposed, is now the second, gone in and opposed and whatever with the NED party, because she was the only female. Now here's the gist. There's no election there. It is already planned that Brian Mundubele will be president and Chifumu Banda will be running mate. And the whole idea here is to diffuse the Eastern vote in regard with Makebi Zulu. Okay? So, this thing that is up is just formality. They've already agreed, they've already planned, and Mundubele was already going. This notion that you want to run with, to say, oh, because convention. Now imagine I told you about the convention. I was the one here, who was saying delay the convention. Why do you think I was saying delay the convention? Eh? Me, I was here saying If you go for a convention, mukekata punch. Because the whole idea was to ensure that when they go for a convention, then Abraham will do the same thing that they have done with Tonsi. And Abraham will make up as PF president. So that those structures that he gets, it will be infused with the UPN. I'm telling you, it's shinkafi. My elections year 2026, if you had given those structures to Brian Mundubile, it would have just been formalities. Brian Mundubile is not different from Barnabas Mumba. Look at what Barnabas Mumba has done to MMD. And that could have been the last straw, the nail in the coffin. Because MMD is dead because the leader that is sitting there, who happens to be Barnabas Mumba, is a leader that is sleeping with the UPN administration. So how do you, as an opposition leader, win an election, if not for formality? Because I believe Bamumba will participate to show that fake democracy as formality in the 2026 general elections. And the worst of him, he wants to even raise the history. Because MMD has produced 3 Republican presidents. 3 Republican presidents. Titus Chiluba, Mwanawasa, and Rupia Banda. This is our history. This is something that cannot be erased. Barnabas Mumba has gone and, undone all that to create at MMD Kanomba Katuishine Chipani Chocho Bapangiri. Or to erase the history of our country. You cannot do that. 3 Republican presidents, Pachipani Chimo, and then you erase that just like that. So you were going to have a situation whereby the 2026 elections is just a formality. Rwanda, Uganda, and so on and so forth. Some of the oppositions that participate, the formality to show like fake democracy there. There's no real competition. So when I was talking about delay the convention, it wasn't mainly because, no, we are, they want to infiltrate your mind that we don't have time. Time is there. If you, the people of Zambia, have resorted to say UPND is going, only 1 week so, ama structures ngadi intact, na mwa bantu muli intact, kuvotana na UPND afmap. So they failed to do that because of the delayed convention. HH wants results. What next? Destroy Tons. Convention and whatever. But even that is a story of another day because there's still more games playing. PF. With the same PF that has been taken out, there's still more games being played. But that's a story for another day. I'm watching that as well. But the kind of delay that is taking place here is not a delay that you would really panic to say, we don't have time. If you are resorted as a people to say, this government is a failed government, this government is stepping on our rights, this government, we don't have freedoms. The one time, that's why if you saw me, I resorted on selling a candidate, not a political party. Now I said, we are better off to start endorsing a candidate rather than going after a political party. Because that was selling out a candidate, it doesn't matter what political party, what purpose vehicle he uses, as long as that candidate is known, people will go and vote Parisando. That is why I took it upon myself to move away from this. I said, look, let's go for this guy. Now, I'll tell you this. Before I introduce Makebi Zulu on to say, how about this candidate? Or how about we go for this one? I was prepared for this. This is what you don't know about me. This thing that is happening, I was prepared for this. I was born to do this. I knew that I would have to fight by UPND as well as the Mundubile Cup and other opponents of Makebi. I was prepared. And you don't like Mundubile. What's there to like? What's there to like about Mundubile being treacherous? There's nothing to like. Mundubile is the same as HH. We cannot bring Munyaule in State House. No. We made a mistake. We brought Kosu, Brand Winger, Felix in State House. Look at State House today. Look at how State House has been reduced. Okay? ECL sent by Bredna Changala to Mundubile, to beg Mundubile, to talk to Tayali, to talk to Chandanonde, to stop insulting him. This PF Mwadili Shibediashi, when CCC Mwadili Shibediashi, you know this. ECL, the former Republican president, had to ask Bredna Changala to talk to Mundubile, so Mundubile's people, when Tayali was supporting Mundubile, to stop insulting SL. Then that Munyaule page run by Chandanonde, who is right-hand man of Mundubile, he also said, please tell Mundubile to tell his people to stop insulting me. Did that stop? No, it did not stop. Even the time ECL was dying, ba Mundubile na ba ECL tafyale umfwana berambe parokubi be papa. They ba jembere katende ba ima ba Mundubile ba kampiongo to South Africa. They did that to go and see ECL. ECL refused to see these people. So to use his name, to use his image for your own political mileage, start selling your manifesto and stop using ECL. Because no mpashwaba ECL we know chap. Because you are treacherous people who did not stand up for ECL when he needed you the most. And I will not add a treacherous person to go to State House. Nishi part of trash tamchalo. Nishi to saranga nefe nok saranga. Chap. Mwana to saranga nefe nok saranga. To aripelo abantu aba treacherous to apera. Waka inde. Tatuabura na umbi aka inde iche matumbi kemu State House. But Brand Mundubile is a lawyer. But Sanga is a lawyer. What they have done is shameless. It's shameful. Because they have even failed to follow their own political legal rules. Because legal shanba PF but Sanga. They failed to do that. And those are the people you want to go and put in State House so they can rule us. If HH is abrogating the Constitution, what makes you think these two lawyers will not abrogate the Constitution, having abrogated the very laws and rules of their own political landscape? I will not be part of that. I will not. Bamundubile ukustapitre ba isi hotele lo bamba yo. MPF idia shiri mwadi shibeda 10 million. Ewa ba isi yo ba fumishe ya legal fees. Ukweba ati ya lewe wale stana li 5. Inana li meba nshangala nshisha. That's why na muntendekera. You shouldn't. Muyantendeka. Mwanfwa. 10 million. 10 million was released. Ena ba UPND baya mbile ukuchitana defy ama seats aya winine ba ECO after ama 2021 general elections. Ba ECO ba difumishe 10 million. Ba pera awe na ba yatu ba leader of Shanshani. Iyo 10 million tabara nje kwa tifumile kudikateka wesu yo. This is why ama PF MPs alienated themselves because they thought ECO was not helping them. Mwanfwa. He went and presented himself as if Impia Shashiref Makudi Ena. ECO was betrayed. Not of Omle Tonton Kanyayo. Imagine ECO Afmiendarama. Oh, I trust you. Bafweko awama digo fiza yawe bale pitamo. Indaramesh. Deal with it. Then somebody, you want pere mpia. Ero na mku idan kwa chiya mpia nye wonde kwafwa. Shiref Makudi. No landa chumina kumuntu waso. Is that right? It is that right. It only came to light when MPs were complaining to say, Babosta muletuafa. Ina na alifumienda rama. Na alifumienda rama nechipendo wachaso. Mwamunaka? I don't know. Shiridi ashidadi teboti mu MCC. Shilebepa iyo. Ine na mu MCC omona. Uyu Kawangu yure sangwa ba mundu biderelo. Kawangu should give me respect. I was the one who made Kawangu to be appointed as MCC by ECL. Mwamfwa. So ngamulembelesha mwirambelesha. I made Kawangu to be appointed as MCC by ECL. Ine, me, chair the voice, not see no kunsta point. Ihena. Mwamfwa. Uyu inole mina na ba mundu bi. When there was Kawamba by-elections there, they made sure that Kawamba by-elections, so that by ECL looks like he's unpopular. Uyuine Kawangu, abduced Kawangu, was the one I was communicating with. Atiyo kuno, wala nwafye, takuri nabale sta protect ama votes. Nempia shakusta protect ama votes tapari. Kwani kufumia mbio what was to protect them of us? I don't even know what happened to the man. Now, so sometimes when Umuntu do not force people to say things that, you know, will ruin your public, the perception, because I know a lot. I know a lot. Kawamba by elections, Muntu Mumoma Kwati, okay, stand protect them of votes. Nga abantu bali kuisat na wa mkulala. Na mkulala imo. But look at how they have all camped in Kasama. Look at the difference. Look at the Kaoma by-elections when ECL was around. How they were just mulele. Today, all the MPs that have endorsed Mundule are camping in Kasama. Mayor by-elections. And let me tell you about this mayor by-elections. It is a test for them. How can we do this? Ngayama MPs balefwaya apa kuiminina apa kuextra endorse. This is what is happening. These MPs that have endorsed Mundubile and they want to go with FDD balefwa apa kubati beminine mwanfoka epo balefwaya. That's why you have seen them all the energy have centered on this mayor by elections here Kasama. Everyone has gone to camp in Kasama. The question is differentiate between this mayor by-elections and the by-elections that we had here Bachitotera na Bachirangwa in Kawambu. Where were these people? Where was this all energy? Why did all the MPs go and protect their fellow MPs' seat? Why did they not do it? If Inabella wants to protect Yakwa Mayor, why did they not do it during Kawambu? Because one thing about here camping Akudia, but still protect them of votes. I was in Kawambu. I know they were Shina. I was in Kawambu and then when I know Papa polling station patoto in center tap pali abantu achibali kuisa abantu na bamukulala. Awo bali ba campaign manager bale isafe na banono kunoti na abantu. Na ripota abantu in. So na ngwe ile Kawangu ure tumotuma bloggers utu. HWF yako tumotuma bloggers. Mwina mbele shaini. Mwanfoka? I know things. Things that when I say, people will not see you in the same light. Don't even get me started with koko muchita korokoro, na mtanta moko. So personally, I'm telling you all these things so that if you are a true PF, if you believe in the ECL legacy, if you believe in the SATA legacy, do not move an inch. It is your democratic right to support whoever you want, but it's also your right to understand what's really going on. There's no need, in HH I castigate him. And let me tell you something, I'm Bemba. Now imagine if I was another tribe. Chan. Inaisha kwa tulimubemba, ulimutonga, ulisha, nile kukwebe, chine na kwebe chinka, chakwa nokwa. Take it or leave it. For that, right? When I was castigating, Nakachinda. When I was castigating Valubinda, people said, oh, you're tribal, you're tribal. Ah, tapa wane fya tribal. Kuko afe chinka. So I'm telling you this story. I never wanted to tell this story of what ECL went through. That man went through so many battles. And within his own political party. Immunity. Immunity yaka ina immunity. Bale wastano kwa threat they will vote. We are going to vote so that immunity is new. His own MP is threatening their president instead of protecting him. Why is he once even told me to say, I'm not scared of them removing the immunity. Akainechima could not remove immunity because he had no ample evidence that ECL stole. But every day, verifying ECL in public. ECL challenged him, remove my immunity, take me to court tomorrow. He never did that. Why? One for him. So do not think that, anyone should fire. Everyone should fire. So I would rather say things as they are. And then when Mama Zambians, Namkapanga mistake bottle for people like that, it's your own babe to nest. At least in a conscious and in Shirishan, very clear. ACL went through a lot. Now, my general election, our election jeopardized. Some of them were PF themselves. Talks about by ACL over Lucy. One more. He was fighting battles, but because he was a silent man, he would come out and embrace each and every one of you. Even the traitors, ECO embraced them. He even knew to say, we arrange fire. But he embraced them, all in the name of unity. That's why I want Makebi. I always want Makebi to say, this thing that you are wanting to start, like, they see you as a competition. You need to stop. Because ECO tried it, and look where he landed. We all saw it. We saw how ECO was treated. We saw how nobody could speak for ECO. Kwatanama MPs by ECO. Imagine if those MPs went into their constituencies and spoke to say, President Wesu, HH would have had no powers to do what he was doing to ECO. But they never HH because they had already thinking to say, therefore, let's support Mundubide. And that's treachery. That is betrayal of the asshole because, let me tell you another truth. Indeed, by ECO at first, Shabibeb was thinking of giving the torch to Mundubide. If Fishinka, it is true, he was at one point thinking of giving the torch to Mundubide. That's why if you saw Vale Sango Sana, but after my elections, Kuriba Mundubide, Ekuriba ICO. Shana Shani, Ekuriba ICO. Vale Sango Sana Pam. Posamba no Monat, Gimbiba Mundubide Bakiana. Bamba Kono was trying to introduce Kubantu. Oh, one or wala taking over. Vice there, Kikiri Kumba, the other ICO. Ukia mkwewa muntu wanted to just mwina putira muni ba ICO, come direct to me. Uria muntu na wasa, baba ICO ata. Umuntu wanted to introduce. Umfweni. Alefu atinenda mbok didinga na mkwe direct. Baba ICO wapa. Uyo muntu nde mpanga. Efi ofire, ambo pia kumbali kumandi. Plus then when he found out to say, uare running amunyaure nchanda nondi. Then nesha aletukana tayari. Baba ICO waishe samba mwata. Shower my French station. In some memo, Mundubide. Otherwise, at first, ECO was going for Mundubide. If fishing that's there by Banan Kanyabo, Badishiba. Until ECO discovered who Mundubide was. Bamwambedia Shivadi Shiba. MCC Mwadidi Shivedia Shivepa, won't say Mweba Mumpiri was Mwadidi Shivediash. Then because you know this story and you don't want to tell the people the truth. Or in the name of unity. Unity. Which unity when there's no unity here? Which unity when there's no unity here? Is that the people? How can you unite with a treacherous person? Oh, Makebi Zuru na Mundubire should unite. Ama characters yawa Mundubire na Makebi. Fiap Salatet should unite. Could you watch Shinga? Could you know how Fufuntunga? How are they going to unite? Light and darkness cannot mix. Mwamanaka? It is a Munai Wukisha. Kaflafi started the Mundubide campaign. Mundubide. Papa first para mwina la bayo. Kama nok tukaba ICO. Ready. Munyaure la when alebwele lapo. Katali kale sta alebwele lapo. Kasa kasha kale kanani kane alebwele lapo. We are going to see this girl. Now we will see this girl will also live Lungu. Will live Lungu on the Shanyuko. If you are from change. Mama, I just looked at that post, I laughed. Na share neka na mnyaura. Ina ni one woman commando. Ina kushara neka, I don't care. Ina kushara na ano but. Fumena. Mom. Eto na abafeyi. I remember no na adebwele na kuyandi. Andi neka yamo kura momentum. Paka ba isi oba where I'm active politics. I did that. I did it. Nobody else. I did it. I made ECO come back into active politics because of my consistency, because of my honesty, because of my truth. I own my truth. Mama. And it did not sit well with the likes of Mundubile. When ECO returned into active politics, a lot of these people who paid Shanchan, they were not happy. Because for them, they saw him as a competitor. And even when he was working hard to unite every opposition, Bauka. Is it not the same with Tonse? Busy trying to use all my head, this. Are you different? Remember Tonse? Baba Mundubide. Are you different from Bena? Who are these people? Muka. Who were these people in Muka? Abena Saboy. Are you any different? No, you're not. Despite Israel being dead, you're still using his name, but you are betraying him. You think if Banawak will walk up today, would like what Machumu Banda has done today? Banawak would accept what Machumu Banda has done today? If Israel woke up today, you think what Badani Pule has done, Israel would be happy? He wouldn't be happy. He would be very, very disappointed. So all I'm saying is, is democratic right. But this fiaku won't fear ECO so that you get political mileage. When you nepo bale for by ECO, the more unfueni. The more unfuana. That's why he refused to see you when you went to see him in South Africa. Because you see, that man realized the person I was. And he held me in high esteem, and for that I'm very grateful. So, what wa exclude the mwenya? Ba exclude the mwenya. Ba evidence panisha ba queen mpumi. Ba nyonge chifani. Kuna nyonga. Mama. So, when I was coming out and trying to introduce Makebi Zulu and whatever, na if you on safe na this na mona fena ta. Apa ini mwan chama fie da dire kama political analysis. Sasa nikati mwana one step pano. Performance pashara ban speed kuli Makebi. Achilaya pa fishinga mube pusheba PF amela shindera ndaya ngale yate ya chen. Ya chine na risho na waya korokoro kuma community house kuranka miega na ndoda shirimbiri. Kafisokoro ranka pasa. Umuntu kupasa nini? Umuntu kupasa ama Zambians must know the truth. Life ya kwati mulesta unduika abantu icharo yadita. Nga muntu alefo kya mkuvota fuya vota nga vota munguru aishi wachibaju okay bali nje bere uyu munguru na vota. Not making Zambians unduik Zambians play with their emotions whilst they are suffering. If you kabombi, as long as I exist. Inakumievera. Wow. PF is not gone. And PF is gone where? PF yabamubantu. PF bantu. That's why even Akainde Ishima is struggling to destroy PF. With him having papers. And I'll tell you one thing, okay? I posted to say, Sata, at the time Sata was sick, were the likes of Winter Kabimba, okay? They even started campaigning in Sata, Wanwele. But Winter Kabimba, why she there? What times ya kudi Sata? Ni she wali campaign modes. Ute ufibina ma politics kare da mbovu ya konka Zambia. Iyemulandat no amakadas zambirira ba Winter Kabimba. Because my Winter Kabimba was an SG under Sata. And he was, is it Justice Minister? Or, yeah, Justice Minister. When Sata was sick, but Winter was campaigning, bidding for the presidential thing. But Sata fired by Winter and she went campaign. Fishing car. That's why Winter is bitter always against Lungu. Because Walungu had to hold positions, sensitive positions were given to Edgar Chagwalungu. Why do you think that was so? Because Basata knew. He knew about ECL and how, if at all he was going to die or not die, he will not come and nshanshan. He could dita. Imagine now wala abantu bale campaign atawafwa. Same applies with ECL. ECL knew the treacherous people. Okay, mwa mundu bide. Kawamba kudata mwaranje kwa mashiwa yako ebati. Techinde campaign nebo MP. Wa mundu bide. Badabwa. Inenda konse. I'm a flash. Speed. During Kawamba election, wa mundu, if your memory serves you right, did you or did you not say Tetin campaign, Tetin campaign because Nebo MP? Did you not use those words? And let me tell you what Mundubile. Those words na rizala kuri ba isi o na ribebe. Na ribebe ba isi o. Dama shubwa bomfish. Ukweba Tetin campaign Nebo MP. Yari ifika kuri na ine zala kuri ba daddy. Na daddy ufueda wantu mutuminoko. Atima MP techi campaign badilelo. All the MPs are there. All the MPs are there. They were trying to frustrate ECL. Even when ECL started moving, they didn't want that. No. Hey, Edgar Chagwalungu. Aha. Nimasobela, you are lying. I'm a flash, Batukuzi. I'm a flash. Inasango konse. Mukomini tauso monaba. Kuchoma okondi. No kwenda kasama ekondi. Nakamba kuine ekonali. Na mashu yonzana nkoko ya okonali. No kuzala. Nali zala kuri ba ICL. Nali zala. Na daddy ufu eni flex ko ba ICL to. Nempia sha campaign ba ICL sho ba mpere na lishishiba. No mbesho sha shirumburi. Because ina sa daddy takudi ndala moko. Isha kusta protect. Atawe bene mpera abantu indala. Well, you've got messages with me here. If you want proof. Then pay about me pay. Isha kusta protect my votes. Mama, mwadia. Hey, Bajumuri Bagri. You are bad people. And you want us. You want people to put you in power. Takwe. That is why ECO was refusing to see you, because Nalezara and ECO knew each one of you. He knew you from A to Z. In his quietness, he knew you. That's why he left to go and die peacefully in South Africa. And he left with the people that he trusted. President wezu afkile kwata. No bodyguard, no scan. Africa president, parika airport. No muntu wakwe. Momuise muntu te convince inati oye muntu. Masovera imwai. Mulangara first mbusha le mbasha basataro ICL. Shambia kumiro pore fko chivile shile pora udi anji kuite fko. That's why they fimbira in every day. Bare uma. Bare ropona. Na mwena arambo kumiwanga mwamukampe na amiro pore fko. Why is there a man who feel upon female treacherous? Female Pharisees in the synagogue. Busy wanting to use his name. 6 months chachi njapo waisi oba fili reverero chise chambo kwa chali ishiwa. Then the channel tukabonza ma presidential candidates. Ukubatuka ba KPF, ukubatuka ba Rubindo, ukubatuka everyone, and that's the person you want to support. Shari ninsele. We na mayo mwana kashure tukaba umekwata kemuka tuishi. Kwa sababu wewe. Na utukaba rumebaba nobi. Kwa sababu umebobe. Na nguma politics ayo na ma politics. Chatukana tichafundwa chile. Mwachafundwa. Chirunatic. I was like, goodness gracious, it's Shimai. I remember how much now we got to cave. Ero tuana and the party vakasonso ku TikTok. Chais what if I go around the party KBF? KBF kwachkwata nani kani? KBF Charlie Piribukira. Oh, go back to KBF. I said, goodness gracious, this Luna. No wonder I call her lunatic. Remember Zambia Omrea Kono, yes, madam. Yes, madam. Which madam? It's if Palakasesuna means. Me, I don't do this because I want a position. No, I do it out of patriotism. That's why in Shiserenkana, one for Nshara and what I endorse this one. My Ronachin that I endorse this one. My Ronachin Narina ECL. Pakanem for Yaba ECL. Now for Yaba ECL, I'm still with ECL. Nshara yo. With the coming in of Makebi, I'm gonna pop a page, but out of principle because I'm like that. When I believe in something, that's it. In Shiok. Unless the church not believe I'm watching a chance to disappoint, then and even if when I get disappointed, I'll still want not to go to the next available chan. No. I would rather not Fireka. Because my heart, my conscience does not believe in the theory. There were more positions that I could have gone with, even without ECL. But I stayed quiet and analyzed until I said, if what's in Padi Manukura? Mamma, Manukura Ewa, Mamma, Manukura Elka, Ewa voted, I don't voted. And since then, you've never seen me change. I will not endorse another candidate, Nishnambo Kumirufi. And it's me now lying to myself. So there's a reason why in Shisele Nkana. Because there's something that I believe in. Something is out of principle for now. Not that I've got anything against other candidates. No. But I should why I chawati. Pamo ando po mwisho mkutisa advertise ama candidates. If you're next that can cause you. But again, another situation is whereby candidate wanja wama fenga na mundubiri. Ngatari na mundubiri nishi yo abipa. Uni munguru. Wa munguru wai. Awama fie ngali na mundubire. Ngatari na mundubire nishi yo mwere na okumutukira ku. So we need to be vigilant as a people. We need to be very, very careful. Okay? Because we are 10 years backwards with the UPN administration. And I'm not panicking. With the moves that Mundubile has made, I'm not panicking. It's actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing because Mundubile has exposed himself. He's exposed his nature. And for me personally, that's not the type of leader I would want to lead this country. It's dangerous. And they won't even center their agenda on development. State House. Is that the people you want to put in State House? Really? After seeing the Mingarato church, I'm in the constitution. And if these guys are starting Mingarato in opposition, what's more when you put them in State House? So, think about that. Think about that. Isia was betrayed, and he was betrayed by the man that he was supposedly wanted him to succeed in. And until he realized to say, this man is no good. Even with the eligibility, Isia could have, they thought quickly. After ruling eligibility, what did they start doing? They wanted to now start realigning themselves close to Isia. Isia had already knew, say, you want me to endorse, and I said, Father, the body of staying no sap. Now, it's very much staying no square, Mr. Manico. The question Dala. Now, I should ask question why is you. It's not right time for me to endorse. So, why do you want to integration on Baba stay endorse? And thank God, ECL did not endorse them. Endorsement, you know how we do BF Balanjidi. Endorsement. Mule mukase. Ukuma meisio takwe. Just like my European wa froksango mubili takwe. Na ma structures na isio tamwa muwonfi ni takwe. Tamwa muwonfi. napati ba ECO. And whatever you will touch, it will just backfire. Nayo ile tonze yo mwala sarangana no mbari. Mwala alaka you fail to agree on something muka sarangana. If you never under finishing before the general elections, nishna sarangana. Because the Zambian people will always know the truth and will be told the truth. And it is incumbent upon me to tell the Zambian people the truth. So that when they make a decision, it will be up to them. Up to them. And if we and I'll come and say, I told you so. Just like I'll tell you, if you have sticker, I told you so. Ndotereni panti vinde vya fishinka temufi mundubile knows temufi and you don't tell me I cannot speak about Mundubile. Mundubile is a presidential candidate of this country who wants to run for president. The same way I speak about HH, I will speak about Mundubile if he's a treacher. His ways and what he has done, all this. Are you seriously? This is right. I know you are saying no, we are late. We are late. Which late? But you've been up in place campaigning for him. Yeah? And we should sit here, no, because unity. Which unity? Israel died in unity. The Panavia unity. Let me tell you the 2026 general elections. We are back in 2011. Month. Ni 2011, you know, kuina tukawina. Trafina to akwete rupia on the thing. Sata on the thing. Na ma HH. Na fino fotuka kwata na ni Mundubile. Na makebi. Na HH batatu. Ero matuka vote. Mwangwa. Ero maku vote. Mwaya wantu mwanga to decide. Chap. Tule ngatuka kwata batatu fotuka ya na fifi. Fefine 2011. Such that HH ingasta. Ungu inoko Southern province. Afuila kapone Lusaka HH. Akapone Central. Kopa belt afuila kupona. Na Eastern ngapo na HH. We are good to go. We are good to go. Kubele mboku nde ingira na ineni kumwe suku ino kuri ba Mundubile oku. Njimube mbaine. So nde ingira ngamule mwanati, oh, because you are Bembas, you come from there, you get votes. Njimube mbaine njera na wabemba wananti. Mwanfu. Eastern province uko mushange na imwe. Apa kura shanga. Mwanfu imwe. Don't worry, Copper Belt's not sender. Copper Belt, Lusaka, Centro. Yako ama kebi. Mwanfu. So already we are trading on 4 provinces. So Eastern to ascenda, Lusaka to ascenda, Copper Belt to ascenda, na Central kaka deko ni mina HH. So we are good. Mwanfoka, era makuru apura na kotu kasenda. The likes of Ruapula, fure to ascenda. Mwanfoka. So if you are thinking to say, mukamianga mabemba votes, muwe perefi, na inenji mubemba, na inenji mwenenke ingirika mru apura omo. Tukaya bamona wa chief. Woza ma chiefs wa kuro apuroko. Chop. Program na program. So actually, Makebi is sitting on a good side. Lusaka is. Lusaka not send. Mlepona mtamefua Lusaka is. Eastern not send. Then Copper Belt down to send. Central will make sure we do much. We only did 1 province. 4 provinces we are done. Tukakana no ero Makebi na kuna nika not western tuwa mvote na Makebi kuda, so it's okay. Na ngubasa venta ba vote not western na western tukasenda ko tukatora kunako. Chap, we only need 4 provinces in to win my elections. Ko fi vota ba chifukushi muni Makebi. Nesta ya sharako. Ever today 2011 way. We've got how many provinces? We've got 10 provinces there. So if I'm not to ascend na ngwatwa wina muri 5 provinces. HH na wa Mundubile waka na muri 5. We're good to go. We're done. To ascend 50 plus 1. Maybe I should hapo. Na isa na kuyo integration ya kwa manukura. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking? How good would that be, Mwamure Shiyongo? Shiyongo. Think about this. To awachita hama wonze HH na wa Mundubile kupachita hama. Kuba pomponsha mfumitu. Now I said na integration. We are good to go. Northern and Mchinga, thank you so much. Yeah, Northern and Mchinga we can get. So but one box to consolidate our votes. That's the plan. Let's plan to say Mundubile will be on the ballot, Makebi will be on the ballot, and HH will be on the ballot. Era ifo nomba kuvote na pari manukura. Guys, our election is not particularly. If we strategize, if we just work out, A plus A, or A, 1 plus 1, A is why is equal to M Shan Yoko? We are good to go. Mwitina noktina yo, mwitina tiyo ama MPs, yo MPs. Now wale kwa ama vote, elo ama MPs awa vote bill 7, na awa chitira nkane, kuwa ponya once, awa chitira ma stay away. Bali mishtisha. So make sure you remember bill 7. Awa ama MPs awa dena, hey, awe na awa karurusha awa kampamba, kumu eskuda karurusha awa kampamba, nke ingirika na kwe. Kwa mistati campaign wa bill 7. Mwafaka? Awa wanshi baranda po ineshi tao bachani awe ile lyashi lyagweri ile nderanda pa bantu banga batatukai ba muntu bilera bashita betray mwamuna and it seems like muntu is going for it. He's standing. So na ile nderanda tingatwa end up because competition ikawa patatu ikawa pali makebi pali mba muntu bile na pali ba HH. Others will stand, yes, I'm a presidential candidate. I'm not saying they will stand. But I'm hoping for the votes here. And I'm looking at who they are likely to vote. But I'm banking on the Bemba vote. HH is banking on the Southern vote. Even we need to bank on Eastern, Lusaka, Copperbelt, Central, Muchinga, and Northern. If we can get votes with this, we're done. We're home and dry. Now, not the goddamn votes, chap. We know we've got the upper hand. So we are talented. I'm analyzing the numbers. The ECZ numbers. So if we can hammer Lusaka, whitewash Lusaka, hammer Copperbelt, whitewash, Eastern whitewash, in fact, na wapura na whitewash, because I'm good, I think wapura were good. If we can solidify just 4, ama whitewash, we are done. Trust me, we are done. We are done. Let's bring some integrity in the highest office of the land. Let's do that. We owe it to ourselves. Not President Ariak Choma. President Ariak Choma, remwera leta abantu bali ya community house instead of state house. Imo mrefu mwanavano. Fili mwino afyo? President Ariak, kaduinga na umeni chani. Arikara. Ale teke ngombe. Ale isa Lusaka aita abantu kunganda yako. President of the Republic of Zambia. Amasaka is watching, that's good. How? We can't have that. State house ya laruka chiwori ya state house. Chiwori ya state house. We need to make things right. We need to correct things. Defte take a chawefi. Mama. How catch pusubuka chair. Catch pusubuka, you're forgetting wapula. Our Benjamin Kuro ni kumwesu konshirera wako. Tukave kapade na tuwe kapade to afwa mfumu yesu to afwe. Speed akapade kakawombere pono kuombera. Atuni kabu fi umwisa obufi vishinga, let him deny it. Ola mwepche ba PF abeni ififo ndera ndanga bufi. If you have 10 million in Fondera Nanga, vali te boarding na MCC or 10 million in Demir. Why is you an arriba pera vendarama, an arriba pera? Ama MPs Baungwa, what kind of matisi or tabasapot? Bampatano kumpata isio. Which you? Tapati national in the popor and death passa. People must know the truth. Think to move passa. If you think you are clever, ine kuzara kuwe ama Zambians ni fi chap, and the Zambians will decide. Zambians will decide who goes to state house come August 2026, 13th of August. It is you, the Zambian people, who have the power to take anybody to state house. So do not be wound-weak that there is no time. You have the vote. You got the voters card. You've got the candidates. Even if you came in the 20s, as chair, I'll be there. And I'll be telling you, if what's in Parliament. Sando mufimpompo. Wop! Don't worry about vapors, vehicle, chana chani. If you're Sakamana, it's something that's being done. And as long as ECO Adisaniki, we are good to go. So Lusaka, I got you. But as I got you, you have to also have my back. Ngabana ntuka banshauta. Mwana bachea bulekeni. Mwana Ngabampopa oshabampopa. I got you. You have to also have my back. Kuna tao chair we got your back. Mwana. Fule today ya for like fine mwampera ko hagi. Just like that because chana che switchy. Shami butukap. Even when the going gets tough, I've never ran or gone anywhere else. Mama, I did not run. I stayed. Even when ECO died, a lot of people's hope were lost. I gathered. One friend of mine called me. They called Kudira Iwe, Kakech Teng. Urestanga wadira mkono, mwechalo chile kulolela. Kakech Teng kaviye, urende na watu. I want all my hopes na yapo. I was crying when ECO died. I felt what later, andekeresh. One dear friend of mine said, wenewa mayoro bafwiri. Na kakile fechitenge, conscience ya poderi padini. Ukundeli lokuninka kechitenge, nga shaime tabashikiwe. So now whenever ECO ifibafwa, kakechitenge, charo chile kulolela. People are waiting for you. A lot of people's hopes have been dashed. You need to talk to the people. People should not lose hope. So I don't know is and daddy they feel feel pona, but ninka ko kuchitenge. Chalo. Mama. And here we are today. We still got hope. Pakwabantu, pashala bantu. And we're good to go. Instead, I won't open the phone lines. In case I don't case I live now. Yes, you need to tell me, Chair, we got your back. Don't throw me under the bus. Now wish one day but you throw me under the bus. You got to have my back, Kylie. Let's go. Now to tell her person better go I'm Sunday. I'm Sonda. Now to you have to have my back. And I've got your back. For 5 years I've been carrying you guys on my back. So I need you also to carry me on your backs. When you carry me on the backs, I've been carrying all of you guys on my back for the past 5 years. Na inapa ku 2026 apa 6 months in there romba ko bat na mun sende ko panu mashero so that we do this together. We can do it. I promise you we can do it, and we can deliver the victory that the Zambians so deserve. We can, and we will do it. We will do it. Mama, we can do it. So, scratch my back, I scratch yours. Gavante up, ungefine vante kerep. Gavante up. But kai ine mwadishwa hokona. Na munte kepu kumyeva. Shinka. So apa kayeri mpango tuma voice note mwa WhatsApp na mitambi. Because I know you are watching. And mwa WhatsApp mwala wakawere. But if you're married, fishing on a serious note. What's that? Yes. Why are you timing me? You or daddy? You or daddy? Yeah, no. Why managa? Yeah, baba mbuktu kanensede. We again vetumu broke. Mule kwata mchinshi. Umuchinshi usumabane. If you feel not tana tolerate. I don't tolerate. How do you broke this chi? Chi stupid man. Cook brokash. Insere pano. Ine kumyu mikshafe na miebe kishinka. That's all. I tell you the truth. My monaka. That's all. And it's up to the Zambian people. So I don't want to no MZ should work with Mundure. That's a non-starter. Teach wombe. Bapsana sana. Bapsana fia patari sana. Teach wombe. Teach wombe. Whether you want to force them and chan. Naila ina mahagibare kumbatara. Sasa MZ is a nice guy. Mwamonaka. Inanga ne wakai ina shita pretend. Just an MZ thought, oh, this person has got a funeral, he goes there to console a person. But when I'm doing that, don't nomination, can you imagine it? Just after the funeral, nomination. That day, we were even buying yesterday. The Queen of the Bembaland. Who does that? The Queen. They actually come a Queen of Amundu with the Nyonga, Tons. Who does that? Eh? Is that a leader that you want? De Valeshika. Inkashia Abakashiba Mfumu, our Queen. Ramundubire is busy doing Minga. Tons. Eh? So, how mukosevan? So, upon better content, go my WhatsApp and start saying, let's create a narrative. But UPND tried that. Ask them, how did it work out for them? Eh? One better remember 96, I'm sure by 100. How has it worked out for the UPND? So, if the UPND failed with their propaganda against me, who are you? Who do you think you are? So, continue by all means, do your propaganda. Inekuisa umane fimpompo, naranda na ibere chinka mazambianzi. Kwapa. Na beba na idea shere tabai shiwa mazambianzi. Fiaret sticker. And Waisio was just this quiet guy who took everything in. When I was crying in Tubafu that Isio could just take it all in. You betrayed Isio. There's a reason I was saying that. Because I knew all these things that I've told you. Mamanaka. Isio took it all in. All the punches, the betrayal, the stuff. He took it all in. He was a quiet guy. Gawafuma cameras, he's smiling, he's everyone. And he knew who was betraying him. And this is the truth. Mamanaka. Idashi aba rubinda byashidimbi idashi nachirambo kuranda ni dino kumyewo kwebo bati umuntu ni makebi momona ila mpundat again ngana chitaso mfude na chitaso bakuranda pali. So guys again chitaso I hear that Takaka, you are very annoying, so let me do this nkarande because never can fear kwa abantu ila that guys umuntu let me do it again. Pimbo poke. And I said that, guys, umuntu. Muirasha na kumbiyo. Umuntu. Mwamfwa. That is all. That is all. He's credible. He's a credible candidate, and we ought to rally behind him. That is the truth. NZ8. New. Why Monica? So anyway, thank you so much. Elo lero na muikala. Intact tairepona 1K. Lete ya 1.chakuti ya wera. And I just feel bad that I have to leave 1K people watching me. But I have to open the phone lines, guys. It requires a phone here. She charged it on charge. Where is it? Let me find the phone if I can. Instantly. I can open a few phone lines. Let me find that phone. I don't know. I wasn't meaning to open the phone lines. She will go and be careful. Yeah. La posa phone my phone. I don't know where the phone is. No, sorry guys, I don't know. I didn't mean to open the phone lines. Okay, but tomorrow I can come live and we can talk. I'll open the phone line so that you also have a say on what I've said today. Okay? So, and so on and so forth. You are welcome. You can go and talk. But at the end of the day, the Zambian people will decide. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless Zambia. And love you. Good night. First, a bambo nekovats. Chair wa kule kafi. Before nshilaya. Chair wa chikata. Chair wa wako. Chair wa kutambafi. Mufuire apa pareseka abantu. Now I was prepared for this. I knew I have to fight with UPND and fight with Mundu, and I can take you all in. It's okay. So, Chair Wakureka, God bless you. God bless Zambia. We are together. I'm with you all the way till the very end. Mwamonaka? If you're from for when if Chair Wachkata, I'm talking to my Nandalanda in a Kulanda, Chair Wabako, Mwamonaka, Chair and Gero Yanduko. If you're feeling it, quit don't get a chair. Chair is the chair. Love you, chair. I love you too. Chair of Klekash. Chair of Tambash. You to Apokama structures. You are joking. You are joking. You are joking. Teo waka in that store for send them structures. If you need, would have to work with them papers. If you do, yes. Chair, ewa bako. Mwana yofira wiwe. Rondi wa chongo. Mwana kufira kongo mkafira korona niwe. Mwana kufira lembe fanto hapa. Nasi, hapa sofya mpamba mwana. Fima poke. Ati yona tuambo kwenda endeni tupo doko mkafika. Rasa mkasaranga na once. Chair wa last. How chair wa last wa Africa. Namona ka? Beautiful lady. Hey, guys, but watch she's a black nigga. Is a cobra. Shan. Hey, I know she wanna show young boy when chasa kutolo maso. Era chasa smile. Ichi young boy chava go. One more punto ne Antonia. Tamu foi mwe. Mama kongo fuisha utoko vyombo. Mwe wala? Chen. We mundura na kebi touch bombe. Wa mundura na wala trecharas. Mune kenfe ba kebi, it's okay fifidani. It's okay. Aba kuranden palche analysis sniper. Mufuisha mwino. Ndebere ngama comments. Mfuina mutanya utenya. Okay, but not it tumba in it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. On a serious note now, I appreciate the love. And let's work together to ensure that Cheompon will deliver victory to the Zambian people. Love you and God bless you. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.